Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 9th through the 15th. And during that time, we first have the waning crescent moon, and that is a time of calm stability when we're wrapping up things that we started at the beginning of the cycle, way back on the last new moon, and also looking around to say, did we finish those things? Are we done? Do we need to start new things when the new moon arrives, or kind of restructure those things we were working on and give it another try during the new moon? Because the new moon approaches here on the 12th or 13th, depending on where you are this week. So keep those moon energies in mind. That new moon, of course, is about fresh starts, a new beginning, a good time to start those new things or to rework things that we've been trying to work on. And I'll use this example. Like, let's say you started a diet last time on the new moon, and you need to make adjustments. Maybe you didn't stick to it. We're going to try it again, right? Maybe you just need to make adjustments. Some things are working. Maybe so that's a good time to do it again on the new moon. So things like that, think of it that way, of things that you are working on. And this could be inner things, outer things, whatever it is. Many things you can be doing during the new moon, but be thinking about what you want to start. All right, let's get into this reading. This will be an intuitive general reading, Leo, for energies that you may or may not encounter. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is a time for healing, which I believe the Cancer Collective just had that same card come out for there. So, let's see what you guys are healing this week and in what manner. As I'm shuffling the tarot, usually I have a fun weekly reminder, but this week I do need your help on something. I'm thinking about doing the occasional live stream, and this would be probably maybe when the weather starts to get, when summer's over and the fall weather comes around. It's just a little colder outside, and I'm in the house a little bit more. So I'm thinking about doing some live streams, and this would be, letting you guys ask questions, maybe a question or two, and just doing kind of live readings on the spot. And that sounds like a lot of fun to me. So, what I need from you is to know if you would rather do that maybe on weekdays or a weeknight, if there's a certain day of the week that you think is better. And also let me know what time zone you're in so that I can kind of structure, just see where everybody is there. So, if you think Saturday afternoon at 4 Eastern is great, please put that in the comments. If you have another idea, which day of the week and what is your time zone. So, that would be great. If you could help me out with that, I would really appreciate that this week. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. All right, Leo, let's get into this reading. August 9th through the 15th, a time for healing. Your present energy right now is the 9 of Cups. So you're feeling a little bit satisfied. So there might be something that you are healing, and you're liking your own progress on it. You're like, okay, we're good. This is just a card of that feeling of satisfaction and just kind of self-satisfaction, that you're a little content with how things are going. So if you have been healing over something, it looks like you're feeling good about the direction that it's going in. Your current situation right now is the Empress. So it could be that you are healing something that involves some sort of long-term project. Usually the Empress, she is our, when it comes to creativity, she is the creator of life. So, this could be for many about something with pregnancy, with childbirth, that sort of thing. But if not that specific thing, about decisions that you are making long term. This would be for some of you a decision about your education, a decision about buying a home, a decision about your career, just something that you would enter into long term. Could be a relationship, something that you would enter into long term. And again, if it's a time for healing, it might be that you're healing from something and trying to make those kinds of pivotal decisions. Like, this is over, this part of whatever that has gone on is over. Now I would like to move forward and build something for myself. So think about what that is with this Empress, because that's the situation that you're in right now. At the root of this situation is another 3 here with the 3 of Cups. So now I want you to look up angel number 33 and see what that might mean for you. But 3 of Cups is about, celebrating and coming together with friends and family to celebrate something. It's about It's about having support and having community and people around you. So you do have that at this time, and that's always a good thing. Again, also two threes on the table. So look up that angel number, see if it has any significant meaning for you right now, Leo. In your recent past here is, yeah, some sort of heartbreak, some sort of disappointment, and another three. Look at this, 333 coming up for you. I love when tarot does that. But just that's so there, you are healing from something, and it's something maybe y- just many times when I see this card, I know there's a heart in it, but it is sword energy. Sometimes it's just the mental, that there's some sort of mental heartbreak or something that just didn't quite work out. And it's very disappointing mentally. So make sure that you're kind of restructuring. Now's a good time to start new things with this new moon. And here's the Empress here to help you out. So, what is this creative thing that you would like to enter into long term? And, it could involve, again, community and having that sort of support. At you. But anyway, three threes on the table now. What is on your mind this week is the Ace of Swords. So on your mind is literally an aha moment, a mental breakthrough, something that you just get a big idea. This could be the idea that this Empress is going to help you pursue something that you're going to creatively look into for the long term. So think about that. What are those things for your life that not all decisions are about what to have for dinner tonight or tomorrow. It's about what do you want to do 10 years down the road, and how can you get there? What are the steps that you're going to need to take to get there? Just more long-term planning. What is just ahead of you this week? Hard work. Yeah. So as you have this idea and you make this commitment to do this thing, buckle down, get to work. And this, I always say too, is kind of that in the moment, that zone, doing work that you actually enjoy doing, because you know the good, you know what it's going to do for your future. So you're entering into that sort of thing. Also, it's an eight, which I find eights to be very lucky, besides all these threes adding up for you. But so that's what's ahead of you this week, is buckle down and get to it. No putting it off. In your advice position here is take the new journey, whatever this new journey for it is for you. The advice is to do it. You're healing from something, and it's time to just say, you know what, that didn't work out, and it's okay. We're going to head in this direction now, and it'll be just fine. What is beyond your control this week is the Chariot. So getting ready to make a move with the Chariot card. The Chariot isn't moving yet, but it's about gathering information before you do make a big move, and maybe before you jump off this cliff. Gathering a little bit of information before you do something. You're going to buckle down and get to work, but it's like you're kind of collecting the information as you go. I want you to look, because we have one, two, three major arcana. One more would make me think this is kind of a major week for you. Anytime I have three or four major arcana, I think kind of big decision points, big, if you're healing something, again, making decisions to move forward in a totally different, fresh way. So I wouldn't be surprised for you this week to do that, Leo. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Is the Six of Cups. And this is our cup of nostalgia. This is looking back and thinking about something, maybe a feeling that you had when you were younger, or this could involve a friend or somebody that comes up, but it's either your secret desire to either engage with this person with this decision that you're making, or you're trying to avoid that. That'll be, and it could be a feeling too, like I said, either a person or a feeling that you're trying to invoke, that's nostalgic, or something from your past that is making you think. And I always say this about all of us in our youth, and I've noticed this with the kids, will tell us very early what they want to be, what they want to do, what their dreams are. Kids know that relatively early, usually 3, 4, 5 years old. Is there something that you've been ignoring about yourself that you knew at that time that, yeah, this was something I really want to engage in? And so maybe that's a decision that you're making for your long term, is that there's something that you just knew as a child that you wanted to be or do. What are those things? Have you achieved those? Are you still working to achieve those? Or did you totally forget about them? And if it is the latter, then maybe it's something you need to re-engage for yourself. And that's kind of, just kind of uncovering where some of your happiness is. So what is that for you? That's a great question for you to ask yourself. In your outcome, Leo, is the Knight of Swords. So look at you moving forward with very rapid, whatever this Ace of Swords up here, this idea that you're having, I feel like you're ready to move forward, really chomping at the bit. Again, you're gathering information. So, is this going to happen quickly for you this week? It very well could. It says you're buckling down and already getting to work on this new journey. It might be something that you've already been thinking about. So you're not wanting to hesitate, but do take a breath, take a beat, make sure that you're gathering the correct information that you need to move forward in a great way. It's for you. What is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the moon. Excuse me. So this would be about, it's hidden from you that there's maybe some intuitive things. The moon is about things that come to us in the night. This could be a dream that you've had. This could be intuitions that are coming to things that you just kind of know. And I feel like you might be ignoring that a little bit this week. So this is just your sign to maybe just stop for a minute, take a break, take a breather, and listen to your intuition, because it's hidden from you, and it might be that it's something that you do need on this path as you're taking this new step, this new journey, making these decisions for the long term. Is this really sitting right with you, with your intuition? So ask yourself that question at least once or twice this week. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Leo, as they are healing something here, some sort of disappointment, and moving forward with bigger and better decisions. I'm excited. I mean, I think that the forward moving is really great. Why linger on something that hasn't worked out? Put it aside and move ahead, move forward. All right. Soul Oracle deck says, be open to love. I've had this card another time, and was it also, might have been Gemini, but be open to love a little bit. And this means that even though you're very self-focused on things, just watch the people around you, and be engaged with those people around you. Sometimes we just need that back and forth, and make sure that you're at least open to that this week. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Leo this week as they go through this healing. And the card that you get is the card that says decision, with our scales on there. Sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. Okay, well, you've got this idea, and again, it looks like just a runaway train sometimes with this Knight of Swords, this Fool, that you're ready to jump into this, and it is beyond your control to be gathering some information. So sometimes the best decision is no decision at all, but make sure, again, to check in with your intuitive side with these decisions that you're making, this new idea. Does it really feel right for the long term? And do you just maybe need to slow down a little bit, right? Even though you want to move forward and you're anxious to go, you might need to gather a little bit more information, and again, just take that breather and slow down just a little bit, Leo. Leo, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can use in your life this week in a positive way. Of course, if you have comments or questions, let me know. Drop me a comment down below, or again, I'll answer questions for you if you have those. And if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is totally free to do. I appreciate that so much from you. If you've already done it, thank you so much. If you're about to, again, thank you as well. But it'll help you find me next week, where you are welcome to come back, and let's see where your story goes. So thanks so much, Leo. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.